This isn't a video about motivation. This is a video about release, about the moment you realize that staying where you are is costing you more than leaving ever could. And if you're here, that moment is now. You didn't come here by accident. You were pulled, maybe by a feeling you can't name, maybe by a quiet knowing that's been growing louder, but something in the title, in the thumbnail, spoke directly to a part of you that's ready to hear this. Let me describe what you've been carrying. It's not just the relationship, the job, the situation. It's the weight of pretending it's still working, the exhaustion of bargaining with your own intuition, the slow erosion of your peace for the sake of familiarity. You've been telling yourself, maybe if I try harder, maybe if I wait a little longer, maybe if I become easier to love, easier to please, easier to keep. But here's what you already know. In your bones, this isn't about you not being enough. This is about the situation no longer being right for who you're becoming. You've outgrown the container, and trying to shrink yourself back into it is killing the very parts of you that are meant to grow. We confuse loyalty with obligation. We mistake endurance for strength. We believe that walking away is quitting, when sometimes staying is the real surrender. You think you're being strong by enduring, but real strength isn't in how much you can tolerate. It's in how honestly you can listen to the whisper that says, "This no longer serves me." That whisper isn't selfish. It isn't disloyal. It's your soul, trying to keep a promise to yourself. A promise you made a long time ago, before you learned how to settle, before you learned how to make a home in places that were never built for you. Let's name the old fear. You're not afraid of being alone. You're afraid of being wrong, of walking away and realizing you could have fixed it, of looking back and wondering if you gave up too soon. You're afraid of the emptiness that comes after, the silence, the unknown, the question of what now, when the old story ends. But that emptiness, that silence, that's not punishment. That's space. Space for what's meant to find you next. You can't hear the new music while the old song is still playing. You can't receive what's meant for you while your hands are still full of what's not. Walking away, it doesn't always happen in one dramatic moment. Sometimes it happens in 1,000 small choices. Choosing not to replay the old argument in your mind, choosing not to check their profile one more time, choosing to redirect your love back toward yourself, choosing to believe that your peace is more important than your pattern. It's a daily practice, a gentle, persistent turning away from what drains you and toward what sustains you, even when you don't know where you're going yet, especially then. Here's what they don't tell you about walking away. On the other side, there is relief, not immediately, not without grief, but there is a quiet, a stillness, a return to yourself that feels like coming home after a very long trip. You'll remember who you were before you started bending. You'll rediscover dreams you put down to carry someone else's. You'll feel your energy return, not all at once, but like the tide coming back in. Steady, certain, yours. So if you're here and you know it's time, this is your permission. Permission to choose yourself. Permission to trust the quiet knowing over the loud fear. Permission to walk away, even if no one understands why. You don't owe your life to a chapter that's already over. If this landed, if you felt this in your chest, I want you to write these 4 words in the comments. I release what isn't mine. Not theirs, not the situations. What isn't yours to carry anymore. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, Who's holding on because they're afraid to let go? Share it with them. Tell them to write it too. Sometimes we just need to hear that it's okay to choose our own freedom, that walking away isn't failure, it's faith. Faith in the person you're becoming. Faith in the life that's waiting for you. On the other side of this release, you are allowed to outgrow what no longer fits. You are allowed to leave what no longer honors you. You are allowed to choose. This video found you to remind you of that. Now it's your turn to listen. And when you do, you won't need to watch this again because you'll already be living on the other side of the leaving.